Well, hello and welcome to the stream. Let's go and see what we can get into. We're going to do a little bit of John Teeter. This is the Art Bell Area 51 employee lines where the satellite goes down. This is live on air, 8/7/1998, and they'll kick in on 9/11/97.
Area 51. Interesting calls to cover on the go. So sit back and enjoy the best of Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell. From the high desert and great southwest of the U.S., good morning, friends. On your time zone, and there are so many from the Tahiti and Hawaiian Islands out west, eastward to the Caribbean, the U.S. Virgin Islands, in South America, north, all the way to the whole worldwide. On the internet, broadcast on all of this. I'm Art Bell, and tonight, as promised, I've waited for it by many. We are going to discuss Area 51. We're going to talk to government employees who wish to spill their guts. Should be an interesting night. Now, it has been quite some time since I've done this. In my last foray into government agents in Area 51. The satellite, which transmits my voice to you, supposedly lost Earth lock, which is an interesting way of suggesting that the satellite suddenly moved and no longer knew where Earth was, right in the middle of a critical call. Now, coincidence? Synchronicity? Perhaps? I've got a little bit of a lead for you. Most of you know Matt Drudge, who writes for the internet and probably knows most of the mainstream media. I'm going to read you something that is just about break this weekend. Now, a lot of people thought that Area 51 might have moved away, perhaps to Utah or some other location. Wrong. The secret military bases, 1,850 people now employed at Area 51, underground installations, ultra-secure manufacturing plants, secret labs that America needs to wage the Cold War, are still intact, despite federal downsizing policies that have done many other military and civilian programs. But not Area 51, folks. The Scripps-Howard News Service, according to Drudge, is set to move a pair of features on its circuits this weekend. It will say that more than 1,850 federal civilian workers are currently employed at Area 51 in the southern Nevada desert, just over the hill from me, most in well-compensated jobs at several ultra-high security facilities in and near the range. This really is one of the last big secret military bases in the U.S. It used to be that the Air Force tried to pretend that Area 51 did not exist. Actually, they still do. So who works there? Non-government military observers believe that hundreds or perhaps thousands of military and civilian workers are employed in the desert facilities, taking daily flights from Las Vegas airfields into the base. Computer records appear to confirm this. Now, whatever is done at Area 51, officially designated the, quote, Nellis Air Force Bombing and Gunnery Range, and quote, on the weather maps, is certainly still done in secret. But Scripps suggests that the base is the testing grounds for America's most secret military machines. Everything from our favorite 117 stealth fighter to, get this, folks, electromagnetic pulse weapons. Now, do you remember the fellow who called my show, who was actually shot down over Area 51? That might resonate. He claimed in the last frantic moments that it was an electromagnetic pulse weapon that did his aircraft in. Remember? The wire also explores the super-secret Cheyenne Air Force and Army complex. In the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, there are 6,658 employees there. Now, how in the world can Matt Grudge or Scripps or anybody else know the exact number of employees in Cheyenne Mountain? What do? Cheyenne Mountain operates military communications and navigation satellites. Ostensibly, it watches for the launch of any high-altitude missile system anywhere in the world. The center also tracks more than 8,500 objects in Earth orbit to warn manned space flights of possible collisions and assists the Justice Department and U.S. Customs in illegal drug interdiction programs trying to track aircraft suspected of carrying dope. Isn't that interesting? So, tonight, what we are going to do is to cast away all the normal news, and we're going to open these lines this night for Area 51 employees. Many of them, by the way, live very close to me. Many live in Brooklyn. Many live in Las Vegas. Many of you, I'm sure, would have things that you would like to get off your chest. Things that you have seen and done at Area 51. Many of you who have penetrated or tried to penetrate Area 51 can see things. And then another category as well, government employees. People who work for the government have various secret installations around the country and know things that you would like to get off your chest. So that is going to be the business of the night. Area 51 employees and government employees who wish to say. All of that coming directly ahead. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Broadcast from September 11th, 1997, when the KE-2 satellite inexplicably lost contact with the Earth, right here on the best of Coast to Coast AM. All right, now I'm going to repeat this one more time because people are not listening tonight. Until I say otherwise, all of my lines are devoted to those of you who are either current government employees and wish to sing about whatever, any song you would wish to sing. Those of you who have been or are currently employed by Area 51, that non-existent case within the OPA. All of my lines are devoted to that. So everybody else, sit back and listen and let those who do fit into one of those categories get through on any of the lines. Let us begin. On the first time caller line, you are on the air. Good morning. How you doing there? I'm all right. Where are you? I'm in Colorado. Colorado. Oh, Colorado. And I'm just recently listening to your show. Okay. About 3 weeks ago, voting for what you're talking about. Thank you. And what I did, I was studying undergraduate on 13 years. And one of our assignments at times was to try to penetrate security around some of these secret bases. Like Area 51. Yes, exactly like Area 51. In other words, you would be given the assignment of trying, kind of like a computer hacker tries to get into the Pentagon by their permission. You, with their permission, would try to break in and breach their security. Yeah, right. Cool. Well, we had about 40% success rate last time. We weren't kidding. No, you're saying you're pretty profit. But in other words, any agent, if that's what you were, will have at least a 40% chance of having to get. Okay, we're going to look about 15 years ago. Yeah. Okay, the last time we tried, which was like 5 years ago, yes, we were successful about 90% of the time. They were special security benefits. They have experimenters, and you talk about your network skills, so they got started at low probably, but this one shape. Oh, I know. And they really set it up now for a base that's not there. They can do on the site. That's what you there. Guess what? They security sensors. They have ground sensors. They have deploy on night vision. They have helicopters with infrared sensing. They have, and you know, there are people that, you know, they take off and they say, you know, and a lot of them, of course, sit in jails. Yeah, because they're that's right. Now, there's two ways of looking at Area 51. One is that our country has a right to a really, really secret place where we develop things like the F-117, that kind of thing. That's right. That's what they sure. But I mean, all of that is kind of like the Model T compared to what we've done. Exactly. And then there's one other little factor, and this is where a lot of people can say, I want to know more, that is, they think that extraterrestrial contact, they think that technology has been transferred to U.S. government because of some kind of evil, and that technology is being tested at their one in Arizona, there's a lot of called Goldberg. One is I don't know what it's called. You cannot say that word on air. That is one of the words, technically words there. You know, myself. You saw some fertilizer, you saw hair. Yeah, you know. You ask what way to be. Here to make the tension on the scene, if I was correct, and let's get to the way I this is not that truly was not one favorite literature site that I've been working. So let me ask you what you saw. What can you see? Can you tell us? Well, you're talking about particle being electromagnetic, that's right. Lasers, and there's always a problem with lasers to take out the aircraft to make them visible. They have to be, you know, black, black box. And they have to, I don't know, I can't say exactly, okay, because maybe it's just going to contract. But to me, this is the like, you know, you can't do it without today. You know, person to weapons, that's right. You know, I got it. Say something $100 down the range, just pull the box down and put it up to the and just where do you think this technology? Yeah, I don't think that there are a lot of people, whatever you want to call it. Right? I think we're talking about that. That's what a lot of people believe. Now, and I think it's possible. Now, you may have heard, I had my own sighting of a triangular craft that came 150 feet over my head. Just on a night like this, when the moon was just about full, blotted out from the stars, this was a craft that defied gravity. Without question, and so either do we have many generations of aircraft that go up that we didn't know nothing about. That's the story. We have anti-gravity, or it was one of theirs. No, I think it's one of theirs, because I think I said something I was trying to say. I ended up listening to it. And that's also how you saw it, you know, because most people, most people never look up. Well, we tried to look at the stars quite a bit. That's right. And I was watching this flight, I said it was, a regular airplane, right? Mm-hmm. Now, unless we have figured out a way to make the G-forces negligible, or the laws of physics don't apply, it was only a straight line immediately. The 90-degree turn was going to 90 degrees. You know what that would do to a human being? Yeah, you're on the air. Hey. You're gonna have to speak up a little louder. How's that here? Oh, much better. Thank you. Where are you? I'm gonna get my location. All right. We'll give you a number. So a number. We would know you by the number. You don't get your phone number. Yeah. Okay, give me a number. We'll call you by number. 27. 27. Number 20. I beg your pardon? 27. 82 D4. 27 82 D4. That's a long name. 27 82 D4. All right. 27 82 D4. What's your story? I am 13 years old. 13 years old? Mm-hmm. You're telling me the government employs people 13 years old? Because we're the new people. The new people? And they teach you. This way. The government is teaching 13-year-olds to kill and destroy? You betcha. Well, now that I ponder recent headlines, that might make some perverted sense. You took out a missile silo. Pretty ambitious for a 13-year-old. Oh, I know. It's fun, thanks. Is it right when you say all about the radon? Yeah. He's on the money. He is on the money, huh? So you got the real thing. Particle beam weapons in the hands of 13-year-olds? You betcha. Let me tell you something. They're fun. They're fun. And I think that's where our 13-year-olds decided to bail out. Well, so for 2782 D4. There is a big full moon out there tonight, so look out. I have no idea what's ahead. Government employees, Area 51 employees would like to get whatever it is that may be on your chest. That's what we're going to be doing tonight on all the lines. So if you have a song you want to sing, a story you want to tell, you pick the line. And here we are. We'll be right back. This is Coast to Coast AM. Here's an interesting fact, but you're going to know about later. The facts reads are I witnessed and observed alien-type bodies in underground facilities in the Dayton, Ohio area. Now, I can't and won't give my name. There are still live beings kept there. From my understanding, they were recovered in the last 2 years. Now, I am willing to discuss more with you at a later date. I will contact you. Well, the time is now. The date is today, and you should fax me again with a number. I'd be glad to give you a call. And by the way, that goes to everybody else. Anybody else who cannot get through on the phones, I realize they are jammed to the gills, who has a really interesting story to tell. Be assured that if you want to fax me and give me a number, I will, well, I don't know what I'll do. I'll destroy the fax after I talk to you so your number can get to nobody's hands. How's that? I absolutely promise you're committee. So here we go. Wow, what am I? You're on the air. Good morning. Hello. Hello there. Where? Well, I don't want to say where you are. Oh, yeah. You want to say what part of the country you're in? Just generally? Well, not really. Are you in the country? Yeah. I am a time traveler from. You're a time traveler as well? Yes, I am. From when? From when? Well, I'm not too far from your future. Only about 4 months. 4 months in our future? Yeah. Why would you be here 4 months from our future? I'm worried about that. Well, I'm what the government calls a wrangler. A wrangler? Yeah. What does that mean? Well, in the Old West, I think it meant that you wrangled cows, right? Well, sort of like that. Yeah, there's read the channels. Well, that's the animal way, Precious, I'm just fine. You're gonna is an area that's only lost. So you were having a kid, and you get one zero. So you were totally scorched on Big Ridge above Area 51. Right away you know this is a bad mix. Right. Time I didn't, but I didn't know. And so what precisely occurred? Well, most of my friends were like passed out, and I still waiting for them to take them off. And I kind of intense crossed over into Area 51. You were kind of crossed over into Area 51? Yeah, I kind of stumbled into the border. You stumbled into Area 51? Yes. You staggered into Area 51? Yes, you can say that. I just did. And they, no doubt, came and collected your butt. Yes. And then what? And they took me to the base. To the base? Yes. And you see, normally, most people arrested at the perimeter or inside Area 51 are turned over to the local sheriff there and thrown in the county prison. But you were taken to inside the area itself. Did you happen to see anything unusual while you were there? No, I was there. Yes. Were you allowed one phone call? No. No, they told me I had no right, that I was on protected ground and I handled again. So the Constitution ends where the Area 51 gate begins? Yes. Well, in your condition, you probably couldn't argue very much. So what did they do with you? Well, I remember driving through the vehicle probably bumpy instead. It would be bumpy? Yes, and then we hit a paved road. And it was really cool. Now they will come drag me out and take me down several flights of stairs. Yes. And I took it to a room, no windows, nothing, just a single bed, two chairs. And there was two girls at the door, two at the back of the room, yes, two behind me. Right. And it was, and then I don't know who was, in charge who was sitting there. She was asking questions, why are you there, who I work for, and all this. Who you work for? Yes. And did you tell them what we just were having a camera up here? I guess you got to tell a picture when I breathed on them. They get a jump off on that. So he jumps all over his floor? No. They kept me there for about 3 days. 3 days? Yes. They took me down to the sick bay. Well, all right, that follows. But I mean, surely you were cured of whatever ailed you in these 24 hours. Why didn't they release you? And what happened during the next 2 days? Now that's amazing. And then finally, what did they do? Put you in a vehicle and fly you out to the perimeter and say, get out of here? Yeah. Once I do that, it's going to be Massachusetts things about this again. And so, of course, now calling a national talk show, you're keeping that promise. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, by the way, were there any threats? In other words, if you talked about this whole thing, they threatened you? The only thing that we don't not talk about is some things that they did. No, it is a big deal. All right, thank you very much. There you have it. That's what can happen. There's a little example where if you do happen to stumble in any condition into Area 51, people will call me frequently asking about Area 51 and whether they should try and bring security up there and go see what they can see. And I tell them, no, you will technically get arrested or worse. And I would imagine under severe circumstances, they probably have the old James Bond license to kill. Western Rockies, you are on the air. Good morning. Hello there. Good talking to you out here tonight. Well, it's different. Can you answer it? Oh, pretty good. I'm in Seattle. Yes. And I've been in and out of Edwards and Palmdale since 1967. With many of the companies that work in those locations. Oh, there's a lot that goes on in Edwards. Oh, yeah. And Palmdale. Well, in 1989 and 90, I worked on that airplane that came out of Palmdale, which is only built 22 of. Really? Yeah. What kind of airplane, sir? The one that the radar can't see and it's going to be invisible. Well, you mean the stone? Yeah. Do you agree with composite structures? Certainly, as composite materials together. Yeah, composite materials don't reflect radar signals, or if they do, they reflect them away from the point of origin. Correct. Sure. And so, usually when they put the wings to the fuselage, there's a gap in the composite regular airspace. The radar signature out. Right. It's just an infiltrate. Well, we were making these titanium shims to put there, and we thought that the shims were just regular, normal grade titanium. And actually, we did some of our own little testing on the different pieces that were laying around. Yes. We found out that it was a aluminum titanium composite. Really? Yeah, which really, to this day, I don't think it exists. Aluminum titanium. Aluminum titanium composite. That's so easy now. But here was the clicker. The bonding agent was a silk fabric, which you couldn't cut with a razor knife that would actually dull a razor knife. Couldn't do a hole in it. You saw all this with your very two eyes, right? That I experienced. I mean, I was eligible to do. How are you able to now safely talk about it without fear of, men in black or whatever? I'll take my chances, but I'm pretty certain your phone is secure tonight. It's significant to me tracing. And I'm pretty sure every year my phone's in bug because of those projects that I worked on that was in the black world. Why have you decided to talk about this? I mean, particularly about specific composites. Well, so you're saying things I've never heard before. Well, you're talking about Area 51, and everybody knows what goes on over there. And in my world, Area 51 doesn't exist. There never existed. And in my world, it's just all this numbers. I know exactly where you are, and I know we're in relationship to Area 51. Yes. In your world, it exists. In my world, I don't know what you're talking about. I say, but this composite people came from Area 51. They were the only people who worked it. They're the only ones who could build it. And it was just the Army Guard that traveled to places. Literal and absurd. It's something that actually is like being public. It's not already, and it's just simply. But it's representing a number of workers at Area 51 who work with very exotic materials and claim they got slick. Now, the government is trying very hard not to allow this lawsuit to proceed because it will open up a can of alien worms or worse. At Area 51. Are you aware of that? I agree with NPR around at 31, that's not too long ago. Are you at all concerned that you might have been exposed to something that might make you sick? Well, over the years, I probably have.
experiment some exotic stuff, but there's nothing I'm still alive today, and I'm not sick, so I'm not going to worry about it.
One leg doesn't become shorter than the other.
No. If you keep your mouth shut, you play by their rules, you get to fly some of the strangest airplanes in the world. Work on them, look at them.
Did you ever get to actually fly?
Well, I'm a licensed pilot, and we talked before on that topic. Yes, there are airplanes that have been flown that radar can't even see.
And you have flown in them?
Yeah. You were aware of that.
What was it built for a second?
Well, I'll tell you an example. It happened in the summer of 90.
Okay.
1990. We were taking off from Palmdale. Okay?
Yes.
We had two F-15s on our wingtips, and the tower cleared the two F-15s to take off. They couldn't see us. And when we were airborne, we were joined by something else and something else. And
something else and something else.
And something else.
Undescribed.
Undescribed. And we headed out over the Pacific. Okay? Oh, yeah, 200 miles off. What's the aircraft met us? They knew we were coming.
Russian aircraft.
Russian aircraft knew we were coming. Okay?
Now that implies, wait a minute, that's 1990. That implies cooperation between the U.S. and the and Russia.
So there was no cooperation. They were just following us to see what we were flying. They knew the two F-18s and these two other aircraft, 14 type left, and they didn't bet up. They knew what computers were.
What's it like riding in an airplane?
Like flying from anywhere, like riding in another airplane. And just some more fun out there. Well, one of these days, maybe it'll all come to light.
Perhaps so. One of these days, maybe it will. All right, thanks a million.
No problem.
You take care. That was as much as I could drag out of you. There is an interesting phenomenon that occurs here where I am in the desert. Now, to get my signal from here to there to you, I have what's called a KU band uplink. And we fire a very, relatively narrow signal from my home to GE1, General Electric Satellite, sits up there in geosynchronous orbit, 2,300 miles above the Earth. And so obviously we have a signal going from here to there. We transmit a signal from my home. And we also have an lot of polar flights here, helicopters, like people like the one I do. Fighter aircraft that will scream over the house occasionally at a low altitude. And I've been told by more than one person that my TITOR band transmitter turns on their threat receivers. Now, obviously, we're over friendly territory here, but turning on threat receivers of F-15s and so forth has always worried me a little bit because of some sort of automatic response, some sort of mind missile coming down my throat. On the first time, on the air, hello. On the air, you are on the air. Is it one of the I think so. Do you hear about this on your end? I do hear electric fly, yes. I think I'm being traced, okay? Look, you gotta always assume it's possible. What? It's possible that it's being traced. I'm not touching anything with the end. Well, I'm certainly not on this end, so anyway, say what you want to say quick so they can. Real quick, please check the ladies, since they originally came on the intergalactic period. So the current consideration of even human humans to bring up the oxygen sterile. And they was human made to go out to kind of explore and come back. Nobody wanted to take a salad to one back to the trip. And the intergalactic period, for the mobile company, yeah. And subject to genetic engineering plants. We have too much more to see like that. And it's better. And we're taking action out of the air. We're taking air to pressure. Yes. Which So you're saying they, the Greys, actually killed the dinosaurs? Yes, they're reducing the atmospheric pressure. Well, I guess that would do it. Yes, if you look at the dinosaur. So why are you worried they're tracing your phone anyway? I said, why are you worried they're tracing your phone? Well, I don't know, right here in my mind. I know, but I mean, why are you worried? Well, you haven't said anything yet that they would care about. We'll be right back. This is stream only, but let me read you yet another fax I have. I will try making a call, all right? I worked at Area 51 for 15 years and would like to talk to you about what really went on there. I worked in base ops. I'm also involved in the class action suit against the government. I can be reached tonight. That's fine. It gives me a number, which, by the way, is a number, a work number. Please, he says, don't give out my number, which I certainly will not do. But I am now going to trust place a call to this gentleman and we'll see if there's anything to it. Nothing want to wait on the fly, huh? Now let's see if we can get him on here. We'll try. Anything's worth a shot here. Where at all? His name is Frederick. Speaking. He has a number. He suggests he's there. Everything? Hello there. Hello, ABC. Fred? Yes. This is Art Bell. You know her? Well, I'm doing just fine. I got back from you that said you worked at Area 51 for 15 years. That's correct. Well, I've been the first to sort of candidate. Okay, but let me start out by asking you on your facts, when you just now answered the phone, you said ABC. Yeah, that's funny. We need to anything further on to identify by where I was. All right? Yeah, that's another place I'm in now, so that's fine. Great. Let's discuss your 15 years actually. I have no idea what you can and can't tell us, so I'll 12 and you tell me when you can't answer. What kind of work did you do? I was involved in the general day-to-day operations for food-based ops, scheduling, things of that nature. Really? Yeah. Really small time range of of course, now it's space, some of the civil areas, those about that road. How much aerospace actually is controlled above Area 51? You know, that's supposed to say, but anybody familiar with aeronautic charts knows that is forbidden airspace. Anyway, when we understand weight control, rain. We were in the back. We were okay. And during the years that you were at Area 51, you had no rational explanation for or that did not make sense in terms of the technology that we would have developed. Well, yeah, I haven't been involved in some development of the projects we had there, so Liberty is essential. Nonetheless, there is a major lifetime for something on the white world that requires the development, and they would make my text to the things that are just picked out or scaled out.
we kind of need to go from full production, and of course, when they go plastic gray or black and white world, there's a lot of involved there. So I think that anything that I saw during the 80s, of course, had some time on it as far as development was concerned.
Okay, well, we know, for example, the F-117 still was developed there. It came out and then went gray and then went white. We all know about the F-117, saw it flying around and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But that was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what would you imagine? Maybe we can talk about this hypothetically. What would you imagine would be several generations down the line of the F-117?
Well, you know, there was no type of problems out there, but none of them is the serious as things that are discussed on your program. I'm here today to say that one of the building our facility wasn't out of my control, and that that's a serious we're on there.
Then what are the things that you cannot talk about?
Oh, because they're classified to social hardware, and they can be discussed, but like before the 117 went white, there was not allowed to discuss if there's nothing extraterrestrial or anything about it.
Yeah. Are there areas of Area 51 that are underground?
No, absolutely not. There was one, there was a small bunker out there, but it was a basketball court. If they want to slowly underground to protect the information from monsters in the ground.
Are there three large hangars at Area 51?
There's one huge hangar. There are a couple of small, smaller than that, but generally speaking, the hangars are nothing bigger than what you can put which get president or something anytime soon. If you're in Las Vegas, I don't know what you know exactly where I know people, right? Okay, well, as we look over the hills toward Area 51, many nights, we see, and there are documented by Japanese camera crews, American camera crews out there, things that ride vertically into dances and simply are not done by any conventional aircraft we know about. Well, you know, I already tell you one thing. I've never in my life seen a vehicle which I considered otherworldly or anything like that. I tell. I did work up there, but during that particular time, there were four of us who were standing outside. We actually saw five aircraft. It looked like one aircraft was like a star. Okay, it was dying like a star. Like a star, but it was at sundown. And I figured, well, maybe this might be a nightlight crisis. But there were five of them, and there were the 12 were trailing. And they went from horizon to like mid-horizon, or mid-vertical sky, and about maybe 15 to 20 seconds. And then we were looking at it saying, boy, this is really something we've never seen anything quite like satellites look like this. And the two that were trailing in a 90 degree one speed.
Satellites still do that.
And then the other three went directly over the southern horizon, and they'll look together. So we have to have radio contact with the operations right room up there, and the contact them, and ask them to take scope so everything was up, and so it was nothing on scope. So we were looking together, so it was kind of amazing. But anyway, what happened was about 30 seconds later, the tree that went over the upper horizon came directly back and went to the north horizon. And they did that in about, like, say, 30 seconds horizon to horizon. Actually jumped around, of course, the satellites don't do that either. So
They do not.
that was a very painful thing I saw my entire 15 years being there. And the rest of the stuff I kept saying just high process on third parties that, we discussed it before, but you absolutely know there are other
What you required when you left your employment there, fine, yeah, you were, that's a very big statement. And what you violate that? What I have realized that what you can violate it, in terms of what would be the repercussions. Being in jail, I got a long time for reloading, things like that. So, anyway, we don't have it right now, and I'm going to go back to work here. Just one last Saturday. He said here now in a suit that wants the government right now. It's like with suing a government. Claiming they were injured working with the materials or by burning the trails and areas if you want to get out of serious. And that's a back part of our thing. We have this file and we're going to go into the learning court. We have our date, I what do you think your chances are? I don't know if I was supposed to say, what might happen if we find out just all that I learned, my kind of account, and 2 days out there. Well, as you know, for years and years, the government has, as far as I still know, has some kind of now, they just still government says there is no such a way that that's a big couple on then I guess I can play these off in place. The campfire, wanted to get to there. It was, that was notice area. Yeah, just documents on anything like that. Well, so Rocky is your on the air. Hello. Hi there. Hello, turn off thy radio, please. Where are you? Alaska, where? I'm in Palmer now. Palmer. All right. Well, I was just angry. Yeah, I know you were. When you born in 1953? I was born June 17, 1945, on Camp Lejeune in North Carolina. Okay. The reason I ask is I've been called out. My father worked for a packaging corporation that took recycled paper and made boxes. Way back then. I didn't know we recycled that. Well, we recycled years and years ago. People don't realize that we recycled. Okay, wait. You know what ENT is? That would be ENT? Yes. No. ENT is a military base buried in the mountains in Colorado. And it's a nuclear safe, one of those ways you can ground. Yes. And I'm not sure, probably a hardened site. Yes. In 1960, early 60s, maybe 61, 62, I was a young boy, 9, 10 years old, and my dad came home from work with a book on flying saucers. And had brought a bunch of paper to be destroyed because they didn't want it out in the public hands. And your dad brought it home, and my dad brought one home. That's supposed to do that, And I thumbed through this thing for months, fascinated at the hundreds and hundreds of official spaceships or reports on shows. What have you done with all of this documentation? I don't know what happened to the book. I'm sure that my brother looked through it. I don't know what my dad did with the book. And your show has just brought this book back. Sure, I sure would like to lay my hands on it. I'm telling you, it would be an amazing piece of paper. And I don't know that, if anybody else has. Is your dad still alive? My dad is still alive. Why don't you go to him and ask him? You're doggone right. Yeah. And if he still has that book, you and I need to talk private. Mm-hmm. You think you could arrange that? I will call him and ask him if you can lay your hands on it. You either fax me or write me or email me or get to me somehow privately And we'll set something up, all right? Yeah. All right, thank you, my friend. You take care. Ooh, how did I lay my hands on that? Wouldn't that be neat? We're going to take a break here about the hour once again. Go back and do I have no idea what. Now, don't touch that done.